I get a ton of comments asking for a paid course. And so instead of charging you guys 50 bucks a month and getting filthy rich, I'd rather just give you the goods for free. I decided to just put 3 advanced 3D lessons inside of this video. All I ask is that you hit that like button. Keep in mind, this is just part 1 of this series, so let me know down below what editing topic you want me to cover next. So before we jump in, I quickly want to show you a pack that me and the creator Peach have been building. It comes with 5 new bouncy text animations that look like this, but I wanted even more bounce, so we added 5 super bouncy text animations that look like this. These are super bouncy and I love them. And so that you can match the same bounciness with any object, we added in this node here too. Once you connect it here to a PNG or any object, and then select the direction you want it to come from, and then select elastic in, it instantly animates it with a bouncy effect like this. You're also going to get this node, which instantly creates a bevel. So for example, we can connect it to this object here, and then we can customize these settings on the side, creating a bevel. You can see that I used it a lot on this animation here. There's a bunch of things this pack comes with. I'll dive a little bit deeper into everything in another video, but the link is below if you want to check it out. So now to start off the video, we're going to be building this animation step by step, and then after I'll show you how to build something like this. This one only takes 2 or 3 minutes, so it's perfect for editing long client videos. So to start, we're going to come to effects and drag on a Fusion composition clip. Now we'll click the Fusion tab, and I'll drag in a background and connect it to the media out. I'm going to select the color type as 4-corner gradient, and then I'm going to select the bottom right color, and I'm going to change it to an orange color like this. Now I'm going to drag in a background node like this and connect it here. With that selected, I'm going to select the circle ellipse, and it creates a mask of a circle. I'm going to hit the background and hit Shift Space and add in a transform. Now with the transform selected, I can just size up our circle a little bit and then drag it over to this side. Now again, I'm going to select the background and select 4-corner gradient. And then this time I'm going to select the top left and select the same orange color, just like that. Now with the background selected, I'm going to hit Shift Space and search Quick Bevel. This is in the new pack that we built. It's in the description. If you don't want to buy it, it's just optional. Once we add that in, you'll see that we have some options on the right here. So I'm going to decrease the spread a little bit. I'm going to increase the light power and decrease the blend slightly. As you can see, now we have kind of an edge effect like this. I'm going to select all this, hit Command Copy, click over here and paste it, and holding down Shift, bring it into my timeline. I'm putting this behind this one because we want it to be behind it. Drag it over and then down. Now before we build our widget, we can quickly animate these. So I'm just going to hit the transform, go to the first frame, drag this over like this, keyframe it, come to about frame 55 maybe, and then drag it over just like this. Come to the spline, select this. I'm going to drag a box over these two, press S, and I'm going to drag this one up and this one like this. Now it starts fast and ends slow. I'm also going to select settings and turn on motion blur and then turn up the quality. So we're going to do the same with the other one. Go to the first frame, drag this over, keyframe it, go over to frame 55 and drag it over. Now when we play it from the beginning, they come in like that. So now we're going to build a liquid glass effect really quick. I'm going to hit Shift Space and add in a displace node. I'm going to connect this to the merge like that. I'm going to drag in a rectangle and connect it to the green. This merge goes to the yellow and this blue goes to the rectangle. Now with the displace selected, I'm going to change the offset to -1 and then refraction strength to -4. Now when we drag up the spread, as you can see, it creates this effect. I'm going to select the rectangle and I'm going to increase the corner radius. Now if we select the displace, we can play with the spread for how sharp we want it to look, and I can increase the light angle if I want for some light. With the rectangle selected, we can also play around with the height and the width. Now if I want my shape to kind of be blurred out in the background, I can hit Shift Space and add in a blur node. And then if I connect it between the merge and the displace by holding Shift and dragging it in there, we can drag up the blur size and it will create kind of a blurred glass effect. Now something I'm going to do is go to the first frame, select my rectangle and drag the width all the way down. I'm going to keyframe the width and go over about 8 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to drag it up to kind of past where I want it. And then 7 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then down a little bit. And then another 7 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then up a little bit. And then over like 10 frames and then slowly down. Now if we play this back, it kind of bounces in like that. Now I'm going to hit Shift Space and search in Super. And I'm going to select this top one that says down. As you can see, it is really bouncy. And this is in the new pack down in my description. I'm going to select it and hit Shift Space and add in a transform node so that we can size it down and bring it up. I'm going to type in something that says lessons. And so now we have something that looks like this. Pretty nice. So I'm going to hit Shift Space again. I'm going to search Super again. And this time I'm going to select left. Connect this to the merge like this. This one looks like that. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to type in advanced hit Shift Space, add in a transform, and we're just going to size this down and place it in the top corner here. And by the way, if you don't buy the pack, you can just use the normal text node or whatever text animation you have, obviously. I'm just going to quickly duplicate this, Command copy and paste it. I'm going to type in 3D editing. I'm going to size it down and drag it up. Now we can create that line graph. So for that, I'm going to drag in a background, connect it to the merge, change the color to white, and I'm going to hit Shift Space and add in a polygon. I'm going to connect this to the background, right click here, remove polygon line 1, and then I can just start clicking around here, just like this. And then I can come back and select these peaks and then round it off with this button here and do that for all the buttons. Now, when we increase the border width, we have something that looks like that. With the polygon selected, I'm going to come to frame 10. I'm going to drag the length all the way down. I'm going to keyframe it, and then I'm going to come to about frame 115, and I'll drag the length all the way up like that. Select settings and turn on motion blur and increase the quality. Now I'm going to come to the part in the timeline where this peak happens, so right about here. And I'm going to add in a background and connect it to this merge. With the background selected, I'm going to select the circle mask and then change the color to white. I'm going to hit Shift Space and add in a transform and size this all the way down. And then I'm going to position it to be on top of this peak right here. And so on this frame, I'm going to bring the size all the way down and keyframe it, and then go over 8 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Increase the size really big, go over 7 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if we play that back, it looks like that. And so now we can hit Shift Space and search in super bouncy, add that in, and then connect it to this merge. And like I said, if you don't want to buy the pack, you can just use the normal text node here. I'm going to type in something like buy, and I'm going to hit Shift Space and add in a transform and place it on top, just like that. And then we want the animation to happen around 50. So we're going to select the text, go to the spline, select a box over everything, holding down Option, I'm going to drag it all the way to frame 52. And so now if we play that back, it looks like that. And so now one more thing I want to add is when this buy thing comes in, I want to change the color of the entire background to kind of a purple color. So we're going to go to kind of maybe frame 50, and then we're going to scroll all the way back here. And I'm going to select my background, and I'm going to keyframe this orange one, all of the positions. And I'll go over maybe 20 frames to like frame 70, and I'll change this to kind of a purple color like that. Now you can see it slowly goes to purple. We're going to do the same thing with these shapes. So I'm going to select the background on the first shape, go to frame 50, keyframe all of the orange, go to frame 70, and make this purple. Now I'm going to select this background, 50, keyframe, go to frame 70. I'm going to select the purple, and then I'm going to play around with the brightness and maybe make it a little bit lighter. And I think in the original animation, I added a few more little text animations down here. But once you do that, you should have something that looks like this. Now we can go over how to make something like this in like under 2 minutes. Once we have our Fusion composition clip on here, we're going to go to the Fusion tab. We're going to drag in a camera 3D, a render 3D, and a merge 3D. This connects to the render to the media out, and camera to the merge. I'm going to add in a shape 3D and connect it to the merge 3D. I'm going to select this button up here for 2 screens, and I'm going to put my merge in this one here. I can drag my camera back, and I'm going to add in a background here, and I'm going to change this to 4-corner gradient and change this to kind of a purple color. And I can connect this background to the shape 3D. Then we can select the shape 3D, go to transform and scale it up super big, and then bring it back. Now we can drag in a shape 3D again, connect it to the merge. I'm going to select the shape to a cube, and then I'm going to go to transform and scale it down. We can select this background, hit Command copy, click, hit Command V, and connect it to this shape. And then I can select this one and change it to purple as well. With the shape selected, I can play around with these angles now and just get something that kind of looks like maybe something like this. And then again, I can just kind of position it where I want it to be. Now we can just select this, hit Command copy, click over here, Command V, and then connect this to the merge as well. And then with that selected, we can bring our shape down to this side. And then we're going to drag it back, select transform, and we can change the rotation. And now we can just repeat that process until we have 4 shapes. And so now we have something that kind of looks like this. And if you want to add numbers on these, you can just drag in a text node, drag in an image plane, and connect the text to the image plane. You can write in a number like 1. And then when we connect this to the merge, you can see our number 1 is here. I'm going to change the font to Tactic Sans Black. And then I'm going to select the image plane, and under material, I'm going to decrease the opacity. And now we can just place this number 1 on the block like this. And now you have something that looks like this. And so now you can repeat that for the other 4, and then select the camera, zoom it all the way in, come to transform, keyframe all of these positions, come to the last frame, and then we can zoom our camera out. And to add the text in the middle, you just bring in another image plane, connect whatever text or object you want to this image plane, and then connect it to the merge. And you should have something that looks like this. So that's it for this tutorial. Let me know what editing style you guys want me to cover next for this course series. I can pretty much do whatever style you guys want, so let me know below.